Hickok 45 here, and if I had a Glock 29 10 millimeter, I'd shoot it. I sure would. Yes, I did happen to have a Glock 29, and I shot it. And I haven't shot it a lot lately, I have to admit. Pretty cool. We're going to shoot this and a Glock 20 and compare them. How's that? You might have gotten a clue from the title. You're right. Because most of you can read, as I always point out. I'd like to compliment you. And we appreciate you coming by. 10 millimeter. I've been shooting a fair amount of 10 millimeter lately. And thought that maybe give you a little insight. You might be looking for a 10 millimeter, specifically a Glock. These are the only 10 millimeters I have. You know, the Glock 20 and the Glock 29. And I happen to have two Glock 20s now, the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. Thought I'd compare with the Gen 3, although there's no difference essentially. And shoot them, okay? The 29 I've had a while. The first video we did with this and the chapter 2 we did with it were a couple of months ago, actually 2009. Can you believe that? Now we may have had it out since then, but 2009, I was a child. You know, John was a baby. 2009, that was a long time ago, right? So I really neglected this baby. As I pointed out in that video, I won this in a Glock Sports Shooting Foundation GSSF match back in 2001 or 2. And I just, it was my first 10 millimeter, and that's why I picked it out. I did not have a 10 at that time. You know, I don't know why, but I didn't until then. So, you know, a neat gun in so many ways, but then also a bear in some ways. You know, a Glock 20, any 10 millimeter is going to recoil. We know that, right? Especially with warm ammo. Now with range ammo, they're not so bad, like the American Eagle, or just a moderate, you know, power factor. But once you get into some hunting ammo, just hotter ammo, you know, like the trophy bonded from Federal or some of the others around, the Underwoods and different things, there's some hot stuff out there, and it lets you know you have pulled the trigger, doesn't it? Well, just in case you're looking at the 10 millimeter seriously, because it has picked up in popularity a great deal, I think. And the Glock 20 has always been really popular. The 29 maybe not as popular, but it's just a smaller version of it. Let me show you. It's the same thickness. We probably did this in the other videos. It's just cut off, you know, shorter sliding barrel, shorter grip. It's the same thickness. You know, people like to say it's the same size as the Glock 19. Not hardly. Yeah, dimensionally, it's about the same length and everything. The grip, I think, if you put them together. But oh boy, the Glock 29 is thicker. It's got the thick slide and grip as well. So it's heavier and it's thicker, and it had better be, because it fires a 10 millimeter, right? So, lest you go pick up a Glock 29 because, oh, that's a cute little gun, and it's a 10 millimeter. Why would I want to buy this bigger firearm? Well, there might be reasons you'd want the bigger firearm, but I'm not here to sway you one way or the other, but just give you my impressions of the difference, okay? And you know, I think that we've established, you know, John and I are not really recoil sensitive. We don't mind recoil. People have been telling me, gosh, seems like most of my life that firearms don't seem to recoil as much or something in my hands and everything. Well, I can feel the recoil. I can't cheat physics, but I handle recoil pretty well. But it's still there. So I'm going to shoot both of these, and I just want to give you some impressions. If you're trying to decide between these two, or maybe you've got the Glock 20 and you think you might have to have a 29 as a little buddy, okay? Uses the same, well, at least you'll use the long magazines. Or maybe you got a 29, you're thinking, it kicks a lot. I think I might like the Glock 20, you know. So let us just shoot it. We'll shoot some range ammo and then some warmer ammo, and I'll just give you my impressions, okay? What I think, all right, which might not be worth much, but I'll do it. All right, so we've got the American Eagle in both. We'll do that first, okay? So I'm going to shoot the 20, the Glock 20 Gen 3. They're fun to shoot, I'll have to say. Got me a pig. Give me a red plate. How about a bowling pin? Woo, winded him. How about the gong? Nice. How about a red plate over there? Boom. A good shooter. No way around it. Of course, you've got a little bit longer sight radius with the Glock 20, right? There's the exact comparison. So that always helps, have a little bit longer sight radius. And then you got a bigger grip with the Glock 20. And hey, that's about the difference, right? All right, so we got the same ammo in the Glock 29. I'm just going to shoot a little bit here. Shoot a bowling pin. Get a pig. I don't have as much ammo. I'm going to try the gong with this one. Got him. Probably went low. Yeah, I'll try the red plate. All right. So, pretty shootable, you know? 29, even though it's not as long. And we, of course, we all know if you shoot a lot that just because a firearm is a little shorter, that doesn't mean it's, you know, totally inaccurate or anything like that. And one of the things we've done here, as much as anything, I think we almost started out doing that, was just showing you all, not trying to show off what a great marksman I am. There are a lot of people that can outshoot me, a lot of people. And, but still, we shoot enough that we can hit what we're aiming at most of the time if it's a big enough target, right? But we started out early on showing you how these little pistols can be pretty accurate, you know, surprisingly so. Because a lot of people really, not as many now maybe, but a lot of people I think have labored under that myth that, you know, a little snub nose, if anything, you just can't hit anything with it. But you actually can. Now let's move on up to some, well, let's shoot a little bit more of this, okay? I'm gonna get a little bit more of an impression, because I've got a little more ammo, this range ammo. Shoot this target over here. I forget what a good little shooter that is. Got a couple of rounds put in this, that's about it though. Yeah, so that one's a little more jumpy, but you can still hold it on and hit what you want to hit with it. Now, we're going to move up to some warm stuff here, some of this trophy bonded. Try that, give you my impressions. Right now, with the lighter ammo, you know, either one. I have carried the 29 in the mountains as bear defense, okay? Carried the 20 as well. And, you know, either one is fine. Although, there's something to be said for a longer barrel. If you're talking about like serious defense, bear defense, okay? You folks that live in Alaska, vouch for that. I know a lot of you go ahead and put even a longer barrel in the Glock 20. It's very common. Or there'll be a 6-inch barrel, I think, that a lot of people drop in them. Okay. Now, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and load. I'm just loading up some pain here is what I'm doing. The Glock 29, you might recall if you've been around, you see that video. I remember the Glock 29 tends to hurt my trigger finger. I get the weird pain with some Glocks, some firearms. Now, so far, I haven't felt it today, but I was going to, in fact, put a Band-Aid on my finger so that wouldn't influence my opinion today, but I didn't bring any over here. So anyway, let's just shoot this hot stuff and see what we think. I'll shoot it in the Glock 20 first, okay? This is trophy bonded, 180 grain. This stuff's pretty warm. You can tell when you see it touch off one here. Yeah, you know you're shooting something. Hit that cowboy. hits him hard. Yeah, man. Let's go over and see if we can hit the gong. See if the point of impact's different. There we go. Try the red plate. Boom. Okay, so that's a little stouter. Still comfortable to shoot though. Let's see about the 29, the little guy. Let's hit that hog. Wow. You really know you fired something with this thing. I'll try one with the gong. Not even on the last shot. Okay, that confirms kind of what I wanted to just kind of bring to you. If you are recoil sensitive, you can handle a Glock 20 without, I think, too much trouble. Now, it's probably going to kick. You're going to think, wow, with hot ammo, so wow, that's a handful. You're going to notice a big difference if you're not accustomed to shooting like 44 Magnums and, you know, just different hot rounds and chamberings, that sort of thing. The Glock 29 is a nifty little firearm, but it's going to kick. It's going to jump. It just about, I mean, it didn't get away from me, but I kind of recoiled my left hand off there. I don't know if you noticed. It surprises you sometimes. It really gets you. I still have my old, you know, with Talon grips, I've gone to the rubber grips. That shows you how long it's been since I've really messed with this gun much. It's those are old. They probably go back to 2009, but it still has those on it. And I think it's the only gun I have that has those. Maybe an old 27 or something. But it's a real kicker with hot ammo. Okay, it's going to jar your teeth a little bit. And it won't hurt you. It's going to jar your bones just a little bit. So be aware of that. I would advise, as good a gun as it is, if you're thinking of one, try to shoot somebody's, and don't shoot somebody, shoot somebody's possessive gun, okay? And possibly some of the ammo that you think you're going to carry, some hot stuff, okay? And just see what you think about it. You know, it just takes a few rounds, all right? It's a booger, I tell you. I'll shoot 3 more here. I see a couple more rounds here. Might as well throw them out there. You know what? I think I got some more here too. Let's just increase the abuse here. So I don't mean to discourage you and scare you, but part of what I wanted to do, as much as anything, was just to let you know, because there is a lot of talk about 10 millimeter these days, a lot more, and the Glock 20, the Glock 29, and many of us like smaller firearms. This is about the size. Now, this is the same configuration, this Glock 43X, as a isn't it? No, it's a little shorter than, yeah, it's shorter than a Glock 19. But gosh, this is actually smaller than the Glock 19. Yeah, the Glock, even with the mag in it. I was saying it was the same length on the grip, but it's not, because this is the same length grip as the Glock 19. So it is a little smaller, but it's not the size of the baby Glock. A lot of people, you know, think that the Glock 29 is just a baby Glock. Not really, not really. It's a little bigger and it's a little chunkier. Okay, so we'll shoot a few more of these. All right, see if you get an idea about the recoil. I'll shoot it with one hand. Maybe you can tell. You get this 2-liter here. Now this is a hot, pretty warm stuff here I've got in it. Woo. Got that red plate. Yeah, man. Get that cowboy. I'll go over there to that red plate. See if I can pop that thing. Close. No cigar. Got him. All right. Cowboy, let's give the rest to you. Boom. So a nice firearm and a powerful firearm, but you can feel it. Okay, you can feel it. So my advice on these, the bottom line is you would enjoy shooting the Glock 20 a lot more. But if you're going to carry it, it kind of that same thing we say about a lot of little firearms. It's a good firearm to carry a lot and shoot rarely, that kind of deal. But you got to make sure you can shoot it. You know, obviously this would be more convenient to carry, perhaps, just like a little airweight 38 or something that weighs nothing. You know, it's much more convenient. Or a 44. You know, there's some big caliber firearms Smith makes, at least, and some maybe Taurus too. Scandium and what's it, 360 PD or some of those I'm not as familiar with some of those models. They're made out of scandium and aluminum, and I mean they weigh about the equivalent of 2 potato chips, you know, in 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum. So it's very convenient to carry, very easy to carry. But guess what? When you touch off a round, you better have a tight grip on that thing, and hopefully you hit what you're aiming at. Okay, because just recoil, the anticipation of recoil, all that is factored into how accurate you're going to be with that firearm. Not how accurate the firearm is. They're all more accurate than we are, mostly. But, you know, how accurate you're going to shoot it. Okay, and that'd be the same for this. If you shoot it a fair amount and the recoil doesn't bother you, you know, I mean, hey, go for it. Go for it. Great gun. You can always trade it off, right, or sell it. But it does kick a lot. So anyway, just a little comparison between those two. And that's all I really wanted to compare with. Shootability. I don't even know the price differences. There's not much price difference. I was mainly on some advice on shootability and the recoil and that kind of thing. You would enjoy this. Is a great range gun. A great gun all around, the Glock 20. And this is a great carry gun in 10 millimeter. But you lose a little bit of velocity because of the barrel length, and you pick up a lot of extra recoil. Okay, but you can handle it. If I can handle it, you can handle it. So you just need to practice with it. So anyway, I don't know if that's any use to you. I hope it is, and I'm glad you came by, because these are two really fun guns to shoot. 10 millimeter is a lot of fun. You know you're shooting a real gun when you touch those off. But they're still very, very shootable. So and all of them, I shot a lot of different 10 millimeters. They don't hurt you, but you just know you're shooting a real cartridge when you fire a 10 millimeter. So Glock 29 as compared with the Glock 20, both are great, and we've got videos on both of them. I'll link, although I'm linking back to 2009. So I don't know if I still believe anything I said in a video in 2009. You know, man, like I said, I was a child back then. But anyway, hope that was of some use to you. I'm glad you came out and watched today. Appreciate your support. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.